Mr. Kamtam, Ram Grojan here from the Ledbetter Golf Academy. Just wanted to thank you for sending your swings in, and I noticed in your notes you were looking at getting a bit more accurate with your irons and being able to go after a few pins. As we look at your setup here, I mean, I love your body angles. Very good posture here. Shoulders maybe a little bit shrugged up. What I mean by that is not seeing much neck, if that makes sense. We see here, I know you've got a collar on your shirt, but those shoulders look a little bit tense. Really need you to relax in the shoulders, kind of let the shoulders shrug downward so we can see a bit of neck. I'll show you a picture or two here coming up. Now the other thing is the shaft in your arms are a little bit too much in one line. I'd like to see the hands and arms hanging just a little bit more underneath your shoulders instead of having the arms angled away from your body. I'd like to see those arms hanging from more relaxed shoulders, but hanging more underneath your shoulders. And again, I'll show you a picture here in a second. But as we watch this, as we move the club away, moves back on a pretty good line, just a little bit vertical with the arm swing, and then on the way down our weight goes straight to the toes. You can see how everything looks like it's coming up, like you're almost trying to lift the ball in the air. You know, it's just very much an arm swing as you're going through this. Now, one thing I want to point out here is your ball position's a little bit too far back in your stance for what looks to be like a 9-iron or an 8-iron. So I would like to see that ball position a bit more forward, more maybe about a ball width forward. So I'd like to see it more underneath that left ear rather than being more underneath your right eye. Now as we watch this, you're going to see not a whole lot of rotation to the body, just kind of arms working the club back. And then on the way down, with that ball position being back in your stance, you're not able to move your weight to the left. So you're actually kind of hanging on your right side as you're going through this shot. And there you see, if you watch your footwork, everything's kind of up on the toes as you move through the ball. Now let me show you a picture. Let me go back to the down the line view, and I'll use a guy by the name of Ernie Els. You might be familiar with him. But there you see his arm line, his arms hanging a bit more underneath his shoulders, more directly underneath his shoulders, rather than his arms and hands hanging away from his body. And there you see a bit more of a defined angle between the shaft and the arms. Now as we get the club started here, again there you see kind of static with the body, not a whole lot of rotation. There you see as the club's moving, his midsection is starting to wind into that right foot. Club line getting a bit more up and over his right shoulder, which you do, but we notice how the club's kind of pointing off to the left a little bit more than what Ernie's is. Now on the way down, you're going to see how he maintains his posture angles. Weight staying very grounded, weight still more in the middle of his feet, obviously moving into his left foot, but stays a bit more grounded. There you see how everything's starting to change. Almost looks like you're trying to lift the ball in the air and into the through side. Still very much in his posture. Arms still look connected to his body. Now let's look at a face-on view. And let me show you a picture. Here's a gentleman, I'll use Freddie Funk from the face-on. There you see his ball position a little bit more to the left-hand side, or a little bit more underneath his kind of left ear, left shoulder, where your ball position's more underneath your right eye. So we need to get that ball moved forward just a little bit. And then the grip as well, that right hand could be a little bit more underneath. In fact, you see if I draw a line, thumb and the index finger kind of points more towards his right side. And yours is pointing almost straight up to your head. Now, just the ball position alone is going to allow your body to move more to the left. So as we get this swing started here, you see how the legs kind of stay separated, weight really not moving into the right side. See how Freddie gets his weight kind of moving into his right, a little bit of a pivot there with his hips. Then on the way down, boy, you want to move to the left, but you can't because of the ball position, so it looks like you're trying to lift the ball up into the air, where you can really see how his weight's moving to the left, really working towards the target. So really the theme's going to be to hit it a bit more accurately. We want that weight moving towards the target. The more you get that moving towards the target, the better off you're going to be. So work on that ball position, then feeling just a little bit more rotation in those hips. Let that weight kind of sneak back to that right foot, and then let it move to the left. So give those things a try, do a little practicing, and good luck.